Have you ever stopped to think about the little half-moons that appear at the base of your nails? These small marks, which often go unnoticed, may be much more than just a physical detail. They are called lunulas, and though they may seem insignificant, they carry a symbolism far beyond their biological aspect. In fact, the lunula can be seen as a mirror reflecting something much deeper: the state of your soul and the harmony between body and spirit. In this video, we will explore together the spiritual journey that the lunula can reveal to us. It seems quite mysterious, doesn't it? But when we start paying attention to the small signs our body gives us, like the lunula, we open doors to a new way of understanding our very existence. So, if you're ready, come with me on this fascinating exploration of what lunulas can tell us about our spiritual journey and the inner balance we all seek. Let's begin by understanding this somewhat unusual connection between body and spirit. After all, can a simple part of our physical body give us clues about our spiritual life? The answer is yes. And this connection begins with the realization that our body is not just a biological machine. It is, in fact, a visible reflection of something much greater: our soul. The lunula, this small half-moon at the base of the nails, can be understood as a point of intersection between the physical body and the spirit. In the world of philosophy and spirituality, this interconnection has been explored for centuries. Many believe that the body is a direct reflection of the state of our soul, functioning as a visible map of our inner balance. Thus, the lunula, small as it may seem, represents a microcosm of being, a symbol carrying deep wisdom about the unity of body and spirit. Think of it as a small window into the state of harmony or disharmony within us. When the body and spirit are in balance, this unity is reflected in subtle ways, such as in the shape and appearance of the lunula. Many believe that by observing the state of this half-moon, we can assess not only our physical health but also our spiritual health. What was once seen only as an anatomical curiosity begins to take on a new form of understanding. The lunula, in a way, becomes an indicator of the energetic flow happening within us. This idea that the body is a temple of the soul is not new. Philosophers and spiritual masters like Plotinus and Paracelsus spoke of how each part of the body can serve as a reflection of the spiritual state. This metaphor of a temple suggests that the body is sacred and must be cared for and honored because it is where the spirit resides. When the body is out of balance, it warns us, and the lunula is just one of the many signs we can observe. By understanding this unity, we begin to see the body and spirit not as separate entities but as interconnected parts of the same being. The lunula, then, is a small but powerful visual representation of this interconnection. The lunula, with its half-moon shape, also connects us to the cycles of nature, especially to lunar cycles. There is an ancient spiritual philosophy that says, "As above, so below." This phrase, often associated with Hermeticism, speaks of how the patterns we observe in the heavens, the movements of planets, stars, and the moon, have a direct reflection on our life and body. And when we think about the lunula with its crescent moon shape, we cannot ignore this symbolic connection to the lunar cycles that govern not only the physical world but also our inner world. The moon, for millennia, has been considered a symbol of transformation, of cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. It regulates the tides, influences biological rhythms, and many believe it also affects our emotions and spirituality. The lunula, with its shape so similar to this celestial body, reminds us that we are cyclical beings, subject to the same energetic and spiritual fluctuations that the moon experiences in its phases. We are constantly in a process of change, just like the moon, which transforms night after night. For many spiritual traditions, there is a strong practice of aligning rituals and meditations with the phases of the moon. The idea is that by synchronizing our spiritual life with these natural cycles, we connect more deeply with the energetic flow of the universe. The same can be said about the lunula. By observing its shape, we can remind ourselves that we are part of something greater, a cosmic cycle of energies in constant motion. An interesting spiritual practice is to synchronize your meditations or renewal rituals with the lunar phases, while also observing the lunula of your nails. In each new lunar phase, you can dedicate a moment to reflection, introspection, and spiritual renewal. This practice can help align the body and mind with the natural rhythms of the universe, bringing a greater sense of harmony and balance. The relationship between the lunula and the chakras offers an even deeper perspective on the flow of energy within our body. In the chakra system, it is believed that each energy center along the spine influences different aspects of our physical, emotional, and spiritual being. The lunula, especially the one on the thumb, has a direct connection to the crown chakra, the seventh chakra, which is related to spiritual consciousness and the connection with the divine. The crown chakra, located at the top of the head, is responsible for our connection with the universe and the greater purpose of life. It is through this chakra that prana, or vital energy, enters the body, flowing through all the other energy centers. The lunula of the thumb, being visible and associated with this chakra, can be seen as a reflection of the state of this energetic flow. When this flow is unobstructed, the lunula appears healthy and vibrant. However, if there are blockages or imbalances in spiritual energy, the lunula may appear faded or even absent. This concept leads to a simple yet powerful practice: meditation focused on the lunula. By focusing your attention on your thumb and visualizing energy flowing freely through the crown chakra and the other chakras, you can create inner harmony. Imagine light entering through the top of your head, passing through the lunula, and distributing evenly throughout your body. This practice not only helps unblock any stagnant energy but also strengthens your connection with your higher self. As you connect more deeply with this visualization, start paying attention to the appearance of the lunula over time. Small changes can be an indication of the state of your internal energy. And so, the lunula becomes an ally in this journey of self-discovery and energetic balance. In addition to being an energy indicator, the lunula also carries symbolism of spiritual protection. In various traditions and cultures, it is believed that the lunula, especially the one on the thumb, functions as a sort of shield, a natural amulet that protects the individual from negative energies. The thumb, in turn, is the finger that often symbolizes strength and personal power, and having a visible and healthy lunula in this area of the body is, for many, a sign of divine protection. If we look to the past, many civilizations believed in the importance of protective symbols. Amulets, jewelry, and other sacred items were used to ward off bad influences and ensure that the wearer was surrounded by positive energies. The lunula, with its crescent shape, echoes this tradition of protection. The crescent shape of the moon has always been a symbol of growth, renewal, and above all, defense against external forces that could destabilize spiritual balance. Today, we can use this same wisdom in a more introspective way, activating the protective energy of the lunula through visualization practices and daily affirmations. By observing the lunula on the thumb, for example, we can imagine a protective light enveloping our body, creating an energetic field of safety and serenity. This simple visualization, repeated regularly, can help reinforce our sense of protection and keep us connected to our own inner strength. In addition to visualization, you can incorporate affirmations like, "I am protected by divine light that circulates in and around me," or "My energy is in harmony and protected from negative influences." These affirmations, along with the conscious observation of the lunula, help solidify this energetic shield and bring a sense of security, even during emotional or spiritual challenges. The lunula can also teach us something about the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, concepts deeply rooted in many spiritual traditions. Just as the moon goes through phases of growth, fullness, and decline, we as human beings also go through natural cycles of transformation and renewal. The lunula, with its crescent moon shape, reminds us of these inevitable transitions and the need to embrace the flow of life, with all its changes. In philosophy, this constant process of change is often compared to impermanence, the principle that nothing is fixed and everything is in a state of transformation. This is visible in all aspects of life, in our body, in our emotions, and even in the circumstances around us. By observing the lunula, we are reminded of this truth, that life is a continuous cycle of growth and letting go, of beginnings and endings. Just as the moon disappears and reappears in the sky, we too experience moments of decline and rebirth on our spiritual journey. This philosophical perspective can be profoundly liberating. By understanding that transitions, no matter how difficult, are part of a natural cycle, we are able to find peace amid change. The lunula then becomes a symbol of acceptance and flow, a reminder that everything that passes in our life, whether challenges or victories, is temporary and part of the path we must walk. When reflecting on the lunula, you can practice accepting these natural cycles, recognizing that imbalance and renewal are part of spiritual evolution. This invites us to let go of the fear of the unknown and trust the process of transformation, knowing that just as the moon always returns to shine, we too will find light and clarity on our journey. This connection with the cycle of life leads us to an important personal reflection. How can we become more aware of the transitions in our own lives? The Lunula, with its subtle symbolism, offers us the opportunity to contemplate our own changes, learning to embrace each phase with more serenity and balance. The Lunula can also be seen as a thermometer of our spiritual and emotional health. It is not just a physical mark reflecting the state of our nails or physical health, but a symbol that can indicate our inner well-being. Just as the body manifests signs when something is wrong, the same happens on the spiritual and emotional level, and the Lunula can be a reflection of these states. When the Lunula is faded, dim, or absent, many believe it can be a sign of energetic imbalance. This does not mean we should immediately panic, but rather that it may be an opportunity to turn inward and assess the state of our vital energy. How is our stress level? Are we taking care of our emotional and spiritual well-being? The absence or weakening of the Lunula may be an indication that the flow of energy within us is blocked, and that perhaps it is time to reconnect with our essence. These energetic blockages can manifest in various ways, from feelings of emotional stagnation to a sense of spiritual disconnection. Here, practices like Reiki, meditation, and other forms of energy healing can be extremely beneficial. They help unblock these energy pathways, allowing prana, the vital energy, to flow freely again. By taking care of our spiritual state, we may notice a revitalization not only in the physical appearance of the Lunula but also in our overall sense of well-being. A practical suggestion is to dedicate a moment each day to reconnect with this part of your body. You can simply look at your Lunulas, take a deep breath, and use this time as a moment of self-care and introspection. The Lunula then becomes a tool for meditation, a small mirror reflecting how you are feeling inside. Practices like these help us create a deeper connection between our body and soul, allowing us to notice when we are out of balance and offering us the chance to heal ourselves holistically. In addition to being a reflection of our spiritual and emotional health, the Lunula can be practically incorporated into modern rituals of self-discovery. Observing this small half-moon on your nails can become a powerful tool for introspection, offering a moment of pause to connect mind, body, and spirit. After all, what often seems like an insignificant detail can become a starting point for deeper spiritual practices. One of the simplest rituals you can adopt is integrating the Lunula into your meditation or spiritual journaling practices. This can begin with simple observation. Take a few minutes of your day, perhaps in the early morning or before bed, to look closely at your Lunulas. During this time, you can ask yourself, how do I feel today? Are my body and mind in balance? What is my Lunula telling me about my inner state? If you enjoy journaling, use these observations as the basis for deeper reflections. Write down how your Lunulas appear, along with your thoughts and emotions for that day. Over time, it may be interesting to observe whether there are correlations between changes in your spiritual and emotional state and the state of your Lunulas. This creates a continuous practice of self-awareness, a kind of spiritual journal that can help you maintain balance and clarity throughout your journey. Another useful practice is turning the observation of the Lunula into part of a daily self-care ritual. Before meditating or performing your prayers, take a moment to visualize the Lunula as an entry point for your vital energy. Imagine light entering your body, passing through the Lunulas and distributing harmoniously. This small gesture can help center your mind, preparing it for the spiritual practice that will follow. Creating a ritual, even if small, around the Lunula doesn't need to be something complicated or mystical. The key lies in intention and mindfulness. By doing this regularly, you not only connect with your own body but also with the subtle energies surrounding it, using the Lunula as a point of focus. In the modern world, the Lunula has also transcended its role as a spiritual symbol to manifest in jewelry and art, serving as a constant reminder of balance, protection, and harmony. The growing popularity of amulets and designs inspired by the Lunula reflects a contemporary search for deeper connections with spirituality, even amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life. Using the Lunula as a symbol in jewelry or decorative objects keeps us tangibly connected to this energy on a daily basis. Jewelry that incorporates the Lunula shape, whether rings, necklaces, or bracelets, can serve as reminders of our quest for inner balance. By wearing these symbols, we can consciously connect with the spiritual protection and energy flow that the Lunula represents. These objects are not just aesthetic accessories but tools for self-awareness. When we touch or see these pieces of jewelry, we can remind ourselves to pause, breathe, and reflect on the state of our body and soul. The lunula has also been depicted in spiritual artworks, where its shape is used as a visual metaphor for balance, transformation, and protection. These works often carry a healing and calming energy, acting as focal points for meditation or objects of contemplation. Having a piece of art that portrays the lunula in your home or workspace can be a way to cultivate an environment of harmony and peace. A practical tip for those who want to incorporate the lunula into their life more visibly is to wear jewelry or art pieces that feature this symbol. This not only reinforces the connection with protection and positive energy but also becomes a way to express your spirituality to the outside world. These items, imbued with intention, can be a powerful daily reminder of your journey towards self-awareness. By surrounding yourself with symbols like the lunula, you create a network of spiritual support that helps you maintain focus on balance and harmony, even in moments of emotional or spiritual challenge. Throughout this journey, we've seen how the lunula, this small half-moon at the base of the nails, is much more than just a simple physical feature. It can be understood as a spiritual beacon, guiding us toward self-awareness, balance, and protection. The lunula invites us to pay attention to subtle details, to connect with the energies of the body and soul, and to recognize that the balance between the physical and the spiritual is a continuous process of adjustment and renewal. From a simple glance at the lunula, we begin to understand the role it can play in our spiritual journey. It reminds us of the importance of observing our internal and external cycles, of harmonizing our energy, and of protecting our soul from the negative influences around us. The lunula, as a microcosm of our existence, reflects both the energies of the body and the greater mysteries of the universe. This small mark transforms into a powerful symbol of how we can connect more deeply with our own essence. So, the next time you observe your nails, think of the lunula as a portal to your inner state. Use it as a focal point for your meditation, for your spiritual practices, and for your own self-knowledge. Connect with this subtle energy and let it guide your steps toward a life that is more harmonious, balanced, and filled with meaning. Remember, the spiritual journey doesn't need to be grand or distant. Often it begins with a small detail, like the lunula, that awakens our awareness of something much greater and deeper. By connecting with these symbols in our body, we connect with the universe that lives within us. If this video inspired you to look inward and explore your own spiritual journey, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content on spirituality and self-awareness. And share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to know how the lunula has influenced your spiritual journey.